do. Hear him talk. My guess girl. Yeah, that's not happening. I should have a dedicated overlay for this. I really should. Ooh. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm along for the ride, man. That's all it is. Where I belong, belong. Mm-mm. Not really sure what I want to do here. I just am. I see it. What's going on with this? Same thing. Think that you are better now, better now. You only say that 'cause I'm not around, not around. I never meant to let you down, let you down. Give you everything, but I gave you everything. Whoa, did not believe that it would end, no. Everything came second to the benzo. Not even speaking to my friends, no. My uncles and my aunts, so honey candles, blow 'em out and open your eyes. We were looking forward to the rest of our lives. Used to keep my picture posted by your bedside. What's in your dresser with the socks you don't like? Rolling, 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 rolling. With my brothers like it's Jonas, Jonas. Drinking Henny and I'm trying to forget. But I can't get this shit out of my head. You probably think that you are better now, better now. You say that 'cause I'm not around, not around. I meant to let you down. Would've gave you anything, everything. Whoa, better now. better now, yeah. No. Ooh, yeah. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Better now, yeah. Yeah, this one was an L. This was a mistake. This was wrong. I should have fucking seen this. But ever call. Dude, everything is too high. Every except for Abby Bite, but everything else is too high. Everything is too inflated. Well, every tech stock is. Many strategies. Dude, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man. There's gonna be some shit. And that's why you draw your resistance lines. Makes things clear, makes things concise. Never trading GE. Never doing it. If I do trade GE, it is long term. Long term. Dude, I'm fucking telling you. What was it? Is it SQQQ? Is that the inverse? Between the time, the prize. You know as many strategies. Dude, I'm telling you, man. I'm not a doom and gloomer, bro, but something feels wrong. Something feels off. Miracle collected in the sky. They say this are you done. Paradise with all turn to right. Ever cold. The end of the day. It'll be okay. More to say. TQQQ. That was the other one, but that's the. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, dude. There's just something not right. There's something not fucking right. I know we're headed. It's that holiday season shit, man. I got that fucking gut feeling, man. Satisfy me. Like, look what happened the last time it was up this high, dude. Like, seriously. So this was back in. I'm telling you, dude. I'm fucking telling you, man. I'm telling you. Mark my fucking words. Today, like, dude, seriously. Quote it. Quote it. I'm calling it. I've called. Like, dude. Like, look at what happened last year. So, like, fucking October, November, December. Boom. Huge spike. I just got that feeling, man. I really do. There's just like something in my gut just telling me that it's just like there's some fuck shit. There's some fuck shit coming, man. It's like it feels like this is like the final push, and then it's gonna go all willy fucking nilly, man. Because you can see it here too. Yeah, man. The second we start rolling into December, and the Nasdaq's almost back where it was in the same time last year. I mean, I just it's like okay, this is my thought process on the whole thing, right? This is my thought process is whenever I kind of see shit like this, and especially on daily and weeklies, where it's just kind of hovering in this space, low, bottom or top, doesn't matter. It like this or this, air quotes, it has nowhere to go, right? And it's the end of the year, right? We're getting to the end of the year. We're still in the middle of November, and I love this song, but I'll turn it down. It's just like when I see shit like this where it's just stagnant, going boo 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 like that, and it's near the top of the RSI. And the reason I treat the RSI as the word of God is because that's what people are doing. You know, like you can track level 2 and shit, and just in and out, and just overall volume distribution and shit like that. But relative strength is what people are actually doing, right? So when it's up here, right, it means it had a lot of strength. It had a lot of strength pushing up, or like inversely, it had a lot of strength going down, whatever. But when it's like doing this across the top, and it's just bouncing in between like two things, like like just 2 points, it means to me that it's loading up, especially since it's like for something like Amazon where it's like near or at a point of resistance. I'm not saying it'll go all the way back down to here. No, 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 no. I'm not saying I have no idea where it's gonna fall. I'm like I am so convinced that it's going to go down because like look at this run up. This run up was massive, right? But and I can't give you an exact date on when it's gonna turn around. But I'm like, dude, I'm like so fucking confident. Like when I woke up this morning and it was down here, but people are buying it still. Like this is like the last of it. Seriously, maybe even watch for the end of the day. Watch next week, dude. Like seriously, like the run, like okay, people were. What's going on with Walmart? I keep seeing people. Whoa, whoa! How the fuck did I miss that? What the fuck happened? But this is what I'm saying. Like, okay. Regardless of earnings, because they had earnings, yeah, today, and they beat estimate. Like, dude, you give these people, these random fucking no name people, any leverage, any leverage whatsoever, any leverage whatsoever to just fucking dump, they will. Any major event, either scheduled or not. I'm telling you, dude. Look at this turnaround. It fell $10, and then for Walmart, that's fucking nuts. Look at this. It was just pre-market sell-off. I mean, seriously, like that's all it was. Shit, I wish I knew. Oh man, I was already in positions. I didn't even fucking realize. You give them any opportunity, like seriously, like anytime there's earnings, right? Like it was up. It's up, hovering. Earnings. It's hovering. It's already broken resistance, and it just goes. Psh, and now Walmart's gonna run up. That's just how it works. That's just how it is. I'm so convinced, dude. Shit, I guess you're right. Are they playing fucking CS right now? They are playing CS. I guess they don't have work today. Skin black from another world. Doesn't breathe like a girl from another world. She don't know my name. She don't have the time of day. Celebrate, meditate, till we numb the pain. The sun, it's so dark like it always rains. She don't feel the same. She don't have the time of day. I wait, I wait for her. Okay, so we know where the top, and I'm gonna put that as like a bit of an estimated resistance. Don't care what you say, no, I don't care what you do. Into the dark side with you. Like, dude, natural gas, oil, like, what's USO at? I mean, yeah, seriously, man. Will I look back to what could have been? Dagger mouth tastes like medicine. Last the night, put in the neon lights. But you need me to numb the pain. You possessed and you slept through another day. You don't feel the same. And I don't have the strength to stay. And then I wait and 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 I wait for her. Dude, I feel it, man. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it, man. There's some fuck shit. Like, I'm not saying that it's going to be like terrible, but it's going to be down, right? And it's just like, well, how can you say that when everything's up? And you're like, it's just like there's just a gut feeling, man. I just got that pit in my stomach that's just like, yee. You do, because like I see it too frequently, man. I see it way too frequently. I'm waiting for fucking Uber to drop off because that's like, I mean, like, dude, there's so much stuff that's inflated right now or at a point of resistance. I'm just too convinced. I'm too fucking convinced. Oh, not. I want TLT, bro. For a growth stock, Spotify kind of sucks. I mean, it grows very slowly, but see, I'm telling you, like, look for these shines, man. Look for these signs, top or bottom. I do feel like, okay, in most situations, like when uh when stocks are like, they're more inclined to push up than they are to push down. You need a lot of turnaround for it to go the other way. You really do. SoFi's garbage. So, dude, SoFi as a company sketches me the fuck out. Anyone who has had any dabbling in crypto shit, and like when they offer a 4.5% like return on your savings, that's high. That's a lot. And when their stock price is $6 falling to almost 5, dude, like where's the value? Like seriously, man, like where is the value? Like like, and it's an e-bank, you know, it's an electronic bank. I don't think there's a I mean every bank has at least one physical location, but I mean, like, man, like, I mean, look at Amazon, dude. Like, I know it fucking opened red, but like, or it opened red, but now it's just like, it just keeps fucking. Now it's below 140, 142. Hey, former love. I'm looking at puts on TQQ, and then you're like, wow, why wouldn't you just buy SQQQ? Because, I mean, you know, that's what it's literally for. You know, it's the inverse. You thought your problems were gone. Like, it jumped 50 cents. That's not a small amount. I mean, it is, but it isn't. Hold on. Okay. How much for to January? Carry on again. It's crushed by former love. You help me find a way to carry on again. Minimize that. Reopen that. Okay, they're playing CS right now in the Discord. I kind of want it, dude. I kind of do. either 17 or an 18, man. Like, and I'm not saying it can't fall further. It definitely can, but like, it's speechless. Like, open. There's a lot of open interest on this shit, dude. Wanted me to promise. But I don't care the way that you do. Not ready yet. That I don't feel feelings you do. My heart's not ready yet. Nobody knew. January 19th. Ooh. Where's my pen? Oh, jeez. I don't feel the way that you do. It's not ready yet. I'm really, I'm really taking a big stance here, man. I really am. I'm really taking a big one. I'm just like, it just feels so like that's what it's going to do. But the best thing to do is definitely just chill and just kind of, let it play out the way it plays out. Get as much time on something as you possibly can. Like that's definitely a big one. Like getting as much time as you can awake the day, down, down to falling rain. And the sun will burn away the sky. The city lights die out upon Mulholland Drive. When the war is over, you be in the skyline. Okay, so we're in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different positions. I think this is like the biggest stance I've ever taken in the market, like ever. Like I'm not buying anything else. Like I'm not. I mean, some stuff's gonna run, some stuff's gonna do okay, but for the most part, I just really don't see it, dude. I really don't. As far as like how much I thought something was gonna run, I did not think this was. I did not think Intel was going to do what it did, but it did what it did. Um, now it's super. Now again, it's super fucking inflated, and there's no earnings, no dividends coming up. It's just the end of the month. That's all it is. Like tech is weird. I think in most cases, this is a good long term hold. Oh yeah, and great song, but I'm not feeling it. I think a lot of it is just like I want it to happen now, you know. But patience is everything when it comes to something like this. I mean, as far as like tech, it follows a leader. The second one goes, like one big one goes, the rest of them will. Like seriously, what's fucking Nvidia doing? Yeah, I see the same thing. I see the same thing. And oh, dude, I haven't even talked about crossover yet. The second there's a crossover on the MACD, it's like I mean seriously. And the crossover always happens later. Same old story. Your brain, 20 minutes on FaceTime. We're up and it's game time. It won't change. It was a bad idea. It's just kind of bouncing between this 119. I wanna say I miss you, even without you. All right, let me just leave this on stuff that we are actually in. More down. Yeah. Okay. Story. See, okay, like I love it. I can even point it out to you right now, right? Like we're just you on this 15 minute, right? What you see is a flag. Boom, boom. So, what do you do when you see a flag, right? whatever the poll is, whatever the just like the main leading charge is, you should feel pretty confident that it's going to go up. But after that, that's a completely different story. Same old story. And like we'll go to the spy, same thing. This one's a little harder to tell because it's just very jagged. But when it's like bouncing back and forth like this, like even if overall it's up, I mean, it's actually down because it's down from the previous day, but it's still just like it's like a fucking $3 or $4 variable just going back and forth. And just like I think I've spent enough time, knock on wood, in the market to just be like, yeah, when it's like flatlining and just doing just this, it will choose a direction. It's a coin flip. And there are a lot of things that can help influence the decision to what happens next. I'm I don't want to call out numbers. I will probably it I would say AMD would probably end up around 110. We'll see what happens at resistance, but we'll see. But like you can see it, right? Like you can see it in multiple different occasions. It's just like it flatlines, and then just and the longer it go, I think the longer it goes, like flatlining, like this bouncing back and forth, the bigger the turnaround's gonna be. And then like we'll go back to the 15 minute because it's like yeah, it's gonna keep going down. Watch, it'll reconnect with the yellow. I don't know if it'll close. I don't think it'll close red, but it will. It'll back up to around 19. Say goodbye, my love. And we don't even need to watch it like a hawk. Just let it do its thing. Like that's the thing is just like you gotta let it. I'm a firm believer of just like let it do its thing, man. Let it do its thing. Like just let it do its thing. There's nothing you can do. There we go. That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm thinking, man. It's just like you can't do anything. You can't do anything. You either ride the train or you just get off, or you don't get on in the first place. That's the only thing you do. And the thing is you just take on the risk inherently of whatever happens. I think that's really what trading is, long or short term, is it's a lot of it is yes or no, black or white. Are you on or off? The only real variable is is the fucking piece of flesh in between controlling the decision. And there's like a lot of motion, there's a lot of ups and downs, there's a lot of random shit going on. But overall, you can't do anything. Nor should you. Like, I mean, like, it gives you a greater sense of like trust in your own ability, and you just gotta literally trust the process. I mean, you literally just egress, just cross your arms and just fall back, just let it do its thing, man. And especially if you've been doing it for a long time, if you've been doing it for a fucking long time, you will see the fruits of your labor. God knows I have. But it doesn't make it any less kind of scary. Whenever I take a new step, like I would say what I'm doing right now is definitely bigger steps because I've never been into we're in 7 positions right now. 7. I've never been into that many positions at one time. And a lot of them are for big sizes too. Like I've never been into oh my god, I haven't even looked at Verizon. Like it's this is too much. You know what I mean? This is too many. This is too many fucking positions to be in. I can't remember. Did I even I don't even think I got Verizon for myself. No, I got it on my mom's account. But it's the same thing. Look at this. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Tick 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 up and down, bounce 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 bounce. It's losing momentum, man. What happens is this is what happens, right? Is people are offloading because they were in here or they were in here and they just wrote it out, right? They wrote it out and people are getting off. They're getting off and they're selling it to the people trying to get on, right? That's just how it is, right? They're selling it to people up here who are trying to make it push a little higher, which is what these green days usually are. But I think what it is, they're mainly scalpers, right? They're mainly scalpers who are just trying to get like a little bit of an edge, who are buying massive sizes and they're holding them for like a day, less than a day, at most maybe a week. And you're gonna see what happens when the majority of these people just go, okay, I'm done holding it, and they ditch it. They're just gonna sell them at absolutely ludicrously low prices. It's gonna be a fire sale, like it is. Like seriously, man. And Verizon's a bit of a slow mover, so we'll see. But it really is it just goes like poof. Like when it loads up like this, man, and that's all it's doing. And you can do the same thing on the bottom. It does the same thing on the bottom. You see, it was loaded up on the bottom. All it was waiting for was earnings. You wait for one major like event. And what major event do we have coming up in the US? We have Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and Christmas. And regardless, seriously, regardless of how much money is spent on commercial goods, sales, whatever, and like it won't matter because people are going to offload their shit. Because someone has to buy. Like the thing is, you can't have a supply without demand. You can't have demand without supply, and people are just going to offload their shares. It's the end of the year. It's inflated. It's the highest. In some cases, it's the highest it's been all the year. And like people like talk like people. I've seen people talk about the Fed and shit recently, and I'm like, this is like okay. The Fed changing interest rates is always a fucking major thing, right? Always. But that's just another one of those like key events that will just either it's one of those that scene from fucking Batman Returns, or just like or The Dark Knight is like the Joker scene, which is like all it takes is a little push. That's what it is. That's all it is. Because like what do we have? It's the 16th, right? It's November 16th. Product report, governor, central bank, digital currency. That's at 10:30. That's at Eastern 10:30. So what are we at? It's 11 a.m. right now in my end. Commercial pay. Okay, so all the chat, all the speaking has been done. A lot of it was done at 9. So I mean, there's nothing they can do. There's nothing the Fed can say that would stop what's probably going to happen. I love that about the economy. I do. I love that about the economy because there's nothing you can do. That's the thing I've really realized is that the longer I'm in this shit, is that I realize more and more and more that it is completely helpless to try and change the tide of war on the front of like finance and trading. You just can't do it. You can't do it. Like, and anytime someone thinks like news, like big news event, it's that push. That's what news traders don't realize is that like when when the numbers align and then just so happens to be like this news whatever like Fed decision, uh good, and it's like it's usually good or bad. It's just like because like I have seen so many times where like a company has posted amazing earnings, and they fucking fall. And I was always thinking, why? Why does it fall like that? Why does it tumble when earnings are good? And then like later down the road, I realized that oh, it's because it's inflated. It's because it's as high as it's ever been. Or it's as high. It's a like 6 month high or a 12 month high, and people are just dumping. That's what it is. And so, regardless of how good earnings are, um, like how are your stocks going? They're going. I mean, I'm just rambling, but like, regardless of how good something can come off, like basically for for like earnings or whatever, man, they just will like it's just that little push. It's just that little push, man. On down beside that red firelight. And we'll see what happens, man. We will see what fucking happens in the coming days, weeks, months, end of the year. Right? The end of the year is always wild. Everyone's trying to make that last dollar before the year turns over. I'm no better. I'm the exact same way. But like when I watch the trading fraternity, man, like and he's like talking about like random garbage and I'm like it's amazing just like there's a lot of coincidences. There's a lot of coincidences in finance. A lot. Like a lot of coincidences in finance. And that's kind of what I've been talking about over this time period. Cuz like seriously, a lot of coincidences. Media also have a massive control over it. No, they don't. No, they don't. They so that's literally what I've been talking about. That's literally like one of the things I've been talking about is people think people think that uh people really do think that media word of mouth has a lot of weight to it. It doesn't. What matters what is what are people buying and what are people selling. That's the main thing. Hi, I'm streaming. I am streaming. Banana? Banana. Okay, love you, bye. Okay, so this is how it works, right? This is how it works. Is supply and demand, right? Really basic concept. Everyone can wrap their head around it. Someone has something that someone wants. Someone wants to buy something that someone wants, right? Someone has money. Someone has product. So in terms of the stock market, you have shares, product listed at a price, and you have traders or investors who would like to buy said product, right? And over the year, right? Over the year, people are just going to be buying, buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling. Whatever there's more of will make the value go in that direction, right? If there's so for the past like 3 months or past like month and a half, people have been buying and they've been buying a lot and they've been buying fast. All things that sound very good on paper. Like the Ronaldo and Coke thing. Also, like Tesla went down tremendously the moment Elon switched Twitter to X. So here's what that looks like, right? Okay, so right now we're looking at McDonald's or okay, better yet, this literally just happened today. Like this is Walmart. It's now down here. It was up here. Now it's down here. And they posted good earnings. They beat estimates on earnings. So that means they had a good quarter. They had a great quarter. But but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Is that over the month and a half that it was in this period of upward swing, right? In this period of upward swing, a lot of people are buying. A lot of people are buying. Not as many people are selling, but people are buying shares, right? Which is inflating the value more and more and more and more until it hits a point, right? Where if I zoom back out, it is the highest it's been through the entire year, right? It is the highest it's been through the entire year. And if I zoom out even more, right? It's now the highest it's been over 3 years, right? All it takes is a big event. That's what I really like. If I had to put it bluntly and plainly, is all it takes is a big event. That is all it takes. And a big event usually means something like earnings, or in America we have Thanksgiving coming up, Black Friday and Christmas, right? Those are the three big ones. Black Friday is like one of the biggest shopping days of the year. It's massive, right? So why would my Walmart be down 18% or 8% in a day? It's doing great. They posted good earnings. They beat estimates. Did you call AMD going up today? No. I'm still on the side of it going down. But I'm explaining like just basically like all it takes is an event, right? All it's taking is an event. And whatever news came out about Walmart is just purely coincidence. It's either coincidence or something else, but there's a lot of times where it just lines up perfectly with the numbers, right? And I have seen this a lot, a lot. I have been in the market since 2014. I have been watching the stock market in one way or another since I was 14. And I've seen this time and time and time again. Is just that when you see shit just start loading up, right? When you see shit loading up over time, it'll hit a peak. It always does. It always does. Because if I go back to the fucking 3 year, right? So like, okay, here's 2022, or here's 2023, here's 24, here's 22, here's 21, right? So it's like at the beginning of 21, right? We're only going to focus on the upside, right? This was the highest it had been all year. My mom and dad said I should wait till I'm 18 to start investing. Well, you should. You probably should. Yeah, I see it a lot too. Just not sure if it's coincidence also. Right? Like it's confusing. Like it's like but it happens so consistently where it's almost a little scary, right? But every single time. So like this is what this was the highest it had been other than like this is almost the highest it had been all year. You see, it makes sense when you expect it, but when you don't expect it and it happens in the dark, you ignore it pretty much. And then it comes back down, right? And then it rides up again. It starts riding up, riding up, riding up until a new peak is emerged. And it's now at a point in 2020 where it's rematched, right? So it's a new peak, comes back down where people are buying, 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 and then they realize that it's up at a peak of some kind, and then they're done. They just start selling, and like, look at it coincides with earnings, dude. It coincides. Like, look at it's what this is called. It's called the earnings run up, right? That's what the name I've heard it be called is earnings run up. Is where people are like they'll like something happens for earnings or whatever. It's like again, we'll just zoom into it, right? Earnings happens on Walmart. It starts fluctuating. It's going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And earnings aren't necessarily bad, right? Okay, this one was bad. So it's like waves, pretty much, but it's still pushing, right? It's still pushing. And then like not until like 3 weeks after earnings do people finally say, okay, it's not pushing anymore, and they offload it, right? They offload the fucker. And these are scalpers, right? In these like 3 weeks, is people buying and selling really quickly to just get that edge and just make a little bit of money, right? That's what that is. That's all this is. But at some point, the majority of holders that held it through the run up, through earnings, will realize usually like people like hedge fund managers, finance managers, like big sums of money where they have multiple accounts of people and they start offloading it. They will start offloading it, offloading it, offloading it. That's what this is. That's what this is. Who are they selling it? They're selling it to like banks, and it's just like, but the more they sell, the more quantity they sell, they bring the value down. And then at some point, it does bottom out, right? It will bottom out, and then you'll start seeing the run up again, and then rinse and repeat. It's rinse and repeat. Seriously, like the only time it starts to turn around is when the big like funds and the majority of like the money that was spent on the run up is now being offloaded either to banks, other hedge funds, because this is a great opportunity to get into a long term, like this is great because like when people are selling, you should be buying, because when one's selling, you should be like it has to go somewhere, right? And then like you write it up, you write it back down. That's all it is. And most of the time it's just like it's just going to go up, but we're seeing that again, right? And tomorrow is probably going to also be red for Walmart. I would say it's probably going to be red. Like we'll go back to the daily here. Like tomorrow will probably also be red. Maybe it'll be a little green, but it'll be back to red. And then probably next week it'll be green again because people are buying the offloaded shares. That's what it is. And the way I personally call this out, shouldn't you then buy the stock when it's low and sell it when it's high? Exactly. Well, yes, you should. You absolutely should. And Walmart's a great stock to own for a long term. It's great. I mean, it's the biggest. It's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, brick and mortar retailer in America. Um, but yeah, and they do dividends too. Which I mean, it's a great company. It is a great company. But when I see shit like this, right? Where you can either look on the AMD or the Amazon, left or right. When I see shit like this, where it is just bouncing back and forth, it's just doing this. I call it flatlining, right? It almost turns into this is scalping. this is the start of this is the start of the scalp, in my opinion. In my opinion, right? In opinions you could be wrong, but that's okay. But I've seen this so much. I've seen this so much where it starts fluctuating like this. And the more it bounces off, and look, we're not at a yearly high, but we're pretty fucking close, you know? The yearly high was $12 ahead of this, but we're also coming into the end of the year. And there is a point of resistance at 120. And the last time it was at 120, here, look, the last time it was at 120, it did the same thing. It just started fluctuating. Just started fluctuating, and then inevitably just started turning around. So that's usually that's where my head's at least. And then you can even like, okay, if you want an even more solid, a more solid indicator, look at the SPY. To new traders, the SPY is the the conglomerate of everything that's part of the S&P 500. It's all the stocks into one, right? Other than 4 days ago, it hasn't really pushed. And if it did, it didn't go very high, you know? And you can see it on like an hourly chart. You can see like look at how like, it's just flatlining. It's just flatlining. So what happens? Like what do you do next? Like what do you do? What I personally like to do is go back as far as you can, like, and start seeing patterns, right? So like wherever like the daily and the weekly are usually the strongest as far as like time frames are concerned. But it's like it has been pushing all month pretty much. All month. And we're running and what I remember what I said about just it just needs an event. That's all that it could be good or bad. It doesn't matter. And it will I really do believe it'll start falling in on itself. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I just feel I just like there's just something in my gut in my head that's like going like, dude, I've seen this before. I've seen this before. I've seen this before. The worst thing I usually do is I'm in too early, right? That's my biggest mistake. Is usually I'm too early, but it is damn near impossible to time something like this. It's just like some people are really good at it. I'm not. Um, and for me, my usual goal is that like is some form of resistance point. Like whenever so like for AMD, I'm looking towards like the 110, 111 mark because that's where the last resistance point was. Amazon probably somewhere around 120, maybe 130. Probably around closer to 130 because any big like $10 mark is usually a good stopping point. I'm more nervous because this is the biggest like sizing I've ever done, right? But I just see like there's so many things that are inflated right now. They're just especially tech. There's a lot of chip makers that are very inflated right now. And I'm I'm just like I'm confused on why they're pushing as hard as they are. Or at least Intel specifically. Intel's pushing pretty aggressively. But that's not to say that everything is going to be down, right? Because I like something like Abivai, right? is a great example of like this might be one of the only stocks that actually goes up when everything's down. So that's where my head's at. That's where my nerves are. Is really just the sizing of it all. Is that I mean everyone wants to be right. You know that's just given. Everyone wants to be right. I'm nervous because again, this is the most I've ever gambled. I guess this is the most I've ever. This is the biggest risk I've taken. But you know, you can't progress without taking a bigger step. You know, that's really what trading is if you're not willing to learn, if you're not willing to get punched at some point, if you're not willing to just take hits, if you're not willing to just kind of get back and piece yourself back together, like you have to have that mentality. You have to be able to lose. You have to. Because if you're not willing to lose, you're going to be really, really struggling in this industry. And that's coming from experience, dude. That's coming from fucking experience. I remember my first triple digit loss day. It fucking destroyed me. You know, because I had lost money before, but I had never lost three digits. I had never. I think I lost like $200 in a day. You know, that sucked. That really sucked. And at some point in my life, I may have a four-digit loss day. I may have a big three-digit loss day. How you react to that will be a test of your maturity and what you are as a trader, right? I'm gonna believe. I stand on the sidelines saying and believing that it is what it is. You know, money comes and goes. I do know ways to secure wealth, right? And I like to believe that I'm taking like things into my hands that I'm securing my wealth better and better and better every day, right? That's what I think. That's what I believe to be doing. The one thing I do want to get better is rotating out of positions and getting into new ones, right? Because I got Home Depot for my mom, and what's that at right now? Because like I bought it when it was super low. Where is it? HD. Like we're up almost $40 on that. So I think with Home Depot, if it hits 310, or it's like I mainly look at this. If it what regardless of the price of the security, if my RSI is like close to peak, and it kind of is, but it's still like there's still room. And believe you me, if there's room for it to grow, it will. It usually will. In my eyes, if it rises, then it might be a high high or a low low. So I'd rather sell it before something big happens. Might be re good, but can be bad. So that's where it's like your thoughts on Disney. I dumped my stock earlier this year. What'd you sell it at? The world is so stupid. Oh boy. Disney, Disney, Disney. Where is it? On a new plant for a fresh start. It depends on what you sold your Disney at, because I feel like a lot of people, because like it hit a 10-year low, dude. It hit a 10-year low. Like you don't get that very often, like if ever, especially on something like fucking Disney. Um, I will say this about Disney is Bob Iger has been on record as basically just putting it bluntly saying he fucked up, you know. Um if I were to buy this, I would hold this for fucking ever. Like I could never give you like if I were to buy this, like, and I might be a buyer. What's wrong? Probably the internet in general. Um, about 90 a share. I would have, I would have held it honestly. Like if you bought in like up here, and I mean, a lot of people did, and they just kind of let it ride and let it ride, let it ride, let it ride. I bought it at 68. Okay, well, there's money to be made. I think the hold is definitely the best. Yeah, internet people are reading Bin Laden shit and just ask for more. The less time on the internet, the better. This is why I like my little space here, because it's just like I built it; it's mine. I personally, I would have just kept holding. Bought it when Lucas announced he was selling it. Okay, yeah, you bought that years ago. Just need a fresh start without religion. You saw that shit. You saw that shit, by the way. No, I didn't. I feel like Disney's a good buy and hold. Like, just I mean, like if you're gonna like hold it for like decades, like seriously. As far as like recent, as far as like what's gonna happen by the end of the year, we're about to enter a period of good buys. I think. I think we're gonna enter a period of good buys at the beginning of the year because a lot of shit is gonna go down, especially tech stock. If I okay, you know what? If I'm buying something, let me run through my list. Right, I'm looking at Abivai as long term holds. Right, Abivai. Airbnb is kind of in the middle, but definitely Abivai. Not Amazon, not AMD. Oil might be a good pickup soon. Not quite yet, but soon. Definitely not Coinbase. Mm, Disney, we talked about that. Disney might be. I would stand by that. ETD might be a good pickup. What was this? Why can't religion live in peace? Because a book written 2,000 years ago said so. Five Below, not quite. GE's too high, but GE's always a good one. Gold, ooh, gold might be a good buy right now. Not paper gold, like physical. Physical gold would be a good buy. Uh, I would basically, as a whole, stay away from tech for right now. Home Depot, no, like I said earlier, that one might be a good one. IEF, I share. It's a it's a 10-year Treasury bond. That might be good, especially. Oh my God, yeah, bonds in a new year. Are you kidding me? That might be a good buy and hold for a little. It's always good to have bonds in your. It's always good to have bonds in your account in some way. Gold is always a stable investment. Always get real gold. Don't buy paper gold. And what I mean by paper gold is that you can get stocks that basically represent gold, but they're not themselves gold. The Russell might be a good buy. IWM. McDonald's is always a good. I am always in favor of a McDonald's buy and hold. If you don't have McDonald's in your long term, you get some. Regardless of what price it is, McDonald's has been around for fucking 100 years. It'll be around for 100 fucking more. Same thing with like Coca Cola, Pepsi, anything that's been around for like 100 years plus. Like it's gonna be fucking. I mean, McDonald's hasn't been around for 100 years, but it's been around long enough. It's the biggest fast food chain like in the world. Again, stay away from tech. Altria. Altria might be a good pickup. Altria is a great dividend stock, and it's kind of low right now. And like, who doesn't love good cosmetics? You know, like good cosmetics will be around forever, forever. Microsoft, ooh, that's another again tech stock. Netflix, tech stock, leave it alone. Nvidia, tech, leave it alone. You're gonna notice a trend here. What is this? Simply exchange traded F, FDS simplified interest rate. Oh, it's an interest rate hedge. Oh, gross. PLTR tech. Stay away from tech. QQQ is the Nasdaq. Stay away from it. Tech. Roku. Tech. Roku's fucking weird. Okay, Roku. I never understood why it was so valuable. I guess like they're the king of cheap shit, of like cheap TVs, cheap home theaters, you know. But at some point, I feel like that catches up with you, right? It really does, because like like when you go from $4.90 to $80 or $88, I don't think that looks very good for you. Starbucks, oh, that would have been a good buy like less than a month ago, but we'll see. SoFi, I don't. Okay, SoFi Bank is sketchy because if you have had any big share in if you've had any big share in crypto and especially staking your crypto, earning interest on your crypto, 4.5% interest sounds high, and it is. It sounds a little unstably high, right? You need to do a lot to get 4.5% interest on savings. That's a lot. Personally speaking, I would stay away from that. If you can reap some of the benefits of it, do it and then get away from it as fast as possible. Because any bank that doesn't really have a physical location, stay the fuck away from it. Because if shit goes south, and we've seen banks like this or last year that went tits up. You know, you don't. It doesn't matter how stable they say their bank is. A bank, you can never sell me on bank stocks, dude. You really can't. You really fucking can't. I don't know what it is about it. It's just not for me. Spotify. Spotify as a growth stock is weird. I feel like a couple months ago this was like back here, like it would have been good, but it just hasn't really given the growth that I've been looking for. SQQ, that's the inverse. So when things go down, this goes up, right? That's all you need to know. AT&T. Telecom, man. I mean, it's the telecom company that's been around forever. It literally stands for American Telephone and Telegraph Company. That's what AT&T stands for. I mean, it's a good dividend hold. I think that it's what 27. Yeah, you get 27 cents per share. It's a great dividend stock. Maybe with a little growth. I would say this is a good buy. If it's like long term, I would say it's a good buy. TLT. This is Treasury bonds, and they're quite low right now. It's a bit hard to say for sure because like during COVID, they were fucking insane. Like it's amazing that we can have this state of just fucky wuckiness. You know what I mean? And be like they don't rise, but now this actually, you know what? This would be a good buy because we're entering an election year. We're entering an election year. I think Spotify is not that great, or generally replaceable apps companies aren't too great. I agree that like it's a very replaceable. Wow, the lag is insane. But since we're entering an election year, this might be a good pickup, especially now that it's below $100. I wanted to buy some for my mom. Uh, this is the Nasdaq. Probably stay away from it for a little bit. Go back to the week, just for a little bit, not too long. Tesla, tech stock. Oh god, dude. Tesla without infrastructure is like the worst thing ever. Tesla is one of those things, man, where it's like if you're not trading Tesla on a 15-minute chart or fucking 3 or 1 minute, like there is no money to be made in Tesla. I mean, there's a lot of money to be made, but like long-term wise, I think it's an absolute dog. I mean, seriously. I don't care how good Elon is. I really don't. Tesla is just too much of a meme stock. It doesn't. It's one of those things where it's like it doesn't take itself seriously enough, right? Because that's where Twitter comes. Is Twitter still, or is it called X now? Or fuck me. Hold on. Let me fucking. What's the ticker? Is it not Twitter anymore? Twitter is Wait, Twitter got delisted on November 8th. Oh, they delisted. Okay, so you can't even buy Twitter anymore. I was gonna say if you wanted a fucking like meme stock, Twitter would probably be better, but you can't. Unity software. Most video games now are run on Unity, right? The problem is management. Management sucks. Management is garbage. Tesla is Tesla, Twitter is X. You can't buy Twitter stock anymore. They delisted it. I would if I had to buy a long term of one of Elon's companies, I wouldn't do PayPal, I wouldn't do Tesla, I would most likely do Twitter. Because I think the things he's doing with Twitter are way more intelligent than the rest. That's just my opinion, though. But Unity software, the second they start changing management, that's when I think their stock price will reflect that. Because right now, I think it's a good buy. Right now, and if you rode that up to like 40, 50, like if you bought good shares, like if you bought like a good amount, I feel like Unity would be okay. Uber. Uber just started to finally become profitable. That was a big thing. That was a big thing that happened to them like a year ago. Um, but Uber technically is a tech company. Is a tech company. It's an app. People think it's a ride sharing company. It's not. It's a tech company. It's a tech company that made a ride sharing app, and the ride sharing app is the most profitable. But the fact that they weren't profitable up until last year is always a concern to me. Um, you know what? Before I forget, what's Snap doing? I haven't checked on. Oh God, Snap. I would never. Not me, man. If I were to buy if I were to buy any social media, it probably would be. It probably would have been Twitter, but it's not. Ulta. This is a good long term hold. They do. Wait. This would be it would be an okay long-term hold. They don't do dividends. Okay. If they did dividends, I would be all about it 10 times over, right? 10 times fucking over, I would be all about Ulta, but they're not. But I do think as far as a long-term hold goes, I do think it's pretty okay. I think this is a good pickup, at least one share. Oil, not quite yet. Not quite yet. Soon though. Dollar chart. Ooh. Nah, 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 nah. This is the value of the dollar reflected into an ETF. Yeah, not looking good for the dollar. So you say living for any other state on the Gulf of Mexico, there's a hurricane evacuation. Entire towns take to the highway to evacuate. How does that work for your electric car sitting in the traffic for hours? It badly. It works badly. That's why I fucking hate Teslas. I hate electric cars. I genuinely, genuinely hate electric cars. I'm a gearhead. I love fucking burning rubber and the smell of gasoline. Because here's the thing is that we have come nowhere near the peak efficiency of gasoline. We haven't. We haven't. Um, and Toyota's working on a hydrogen combustion engine, which is fan fucking tastic. Porsche has a biofuel that has zero carbon emissions. So we haven't even come close. Haven't even come fucking close to to consumable fuels. Like not even close. I don't think battery powered cars is the answer. I don't think it ever will be. I really don't think it ever will be. I think hydrogen cars are a good thing. Hydrogen fuel cell cars are going to be fantastic, and they are fantastic. If you have a place to fill them, if you have a place to fill your hydrogen fuel cell car, it's fantastic. Um, but Priuses, no. It's just like if you find the they won't allow electric cars in parking garages because you can't put out the fire. Nope, you can't. That shit will burn for days. I like gasoline, but I like polar bears. Fuck you. No, okay. Okay. Climate change is real. Climate change is real. Climate change is real. Climate change is real. Right. You cannot you cannot put the entire blame on cars. You can't. Cars are so especially okay. This is a fact, by the way. This is a fact. If you bought a brand new Porsche 911, right? Their sports car, their fucking sports car, right? If you are driving down the freeway in your brand new 911, the air going into it is worse than the air going out of it. That is a fact. That is an actual fact. The problem is like you have these fucking stupid big cars, right? You have these fucking absolutely massive big cars, like fucking Escalades and shit that run on gasoline. Those are awful. There's a specific type of car that is really bad. That's SUV, like V8 gasoline SUVs. Awful. They are awful. Um, big cruise ships, massive diesel electric motors. Uh, I don't want to like anything that runs on big diesel motors is really bad. But like the thing about it, okay, diesel is bad when it's made on a large scale, right? Like cruise ships, for example, or shipping containers. Like those massive diesel motors are fucking super thirsty. A diesel motor in a car, though, very efficient, very efficient. There's a great there are 195 countries in the world. It's not just the US to blame. Fucking China and India, dude. They literally burn tires. They have tire burning fields. It's awful. Verizon. What are you looking like on the monthly? They have tire burning fields, Verizon actually might be a good pickup for a really long term. Wow, I think it might actually be a bottom. That's crazy. And then Walmart, we went through, not quite. It's going through its correction phase right now. And XLE is natural gas, not yet. And then I'm gonna switch this back to McDonald's. In the submarines, around the world we'll go. But yeah, but the EU is trying to promote electric vehicles with what infrastructure? That's the problem. You can't have one without the other. The thing is that infrastructure is it is more important than the vehicle itself. How are you going to fuel these cars? And I'm not talking about electricity. It's not fucking fairy dust. It has to come from somewhere. It has to come from somewhere. It just has to. One Tesla supercharger. This isn't even a fucking like joke. I think it uses 310 kilowatts of energy. 310 kilowatts of energy at peak. That is the equivalent of 280 homes to charge one car. One car. Like when I saw like Tesla's like electric truck, like their fucking semi, dude, I need to know what Elon is trying to do to protect our infrastructure because one one of those trucks, one of those trucks needs as much energy. This isn't even a fucking joke. Needs as much energy as a small suburb, dude. It needs as much energy as a small city to charge. It's insane how much energy they need. Not to mention, they are also insanely heavy. They are hugely heavy. And why is weight important? It makes it immeasurably more inefficient, right? A Tesla Model X weighs like almost 5,000 pounds. It weighs over 2 tons. That is an insanely heavy car. Insanely heavy car. My mom's SUV is 3,400 pounds. It weighs almost half of a Model X. And it's an all-wheel drive SUV. I'm sorry, man. Like we're not ready. We are not ready for the scale at which people want electric vehicles. I wouldn't. I really Okay, if I were to buy an electric car, it would not be a long haul car. Elon said it could power the whole US by solar panels 100 miles by 100 miles plus battery storage. Bullshit. Bullshit. We are not even close to that with uh with solar power. We're not. We're just not, and we won't be for a long time, or at least the next couple of years. A solar panel gets about Joe Rogan has him on from time to time. I know. I know. I haven't seen that episode, but I want to watch it. But I will just say, like, that is I think solar panels on average have a 28% efficiency rating. That means fucking more than 70% of that energy from the sun is being wasted. Yes, 100 by 100 miles is very big. That's a lot of land to dedicate to solar panels, right? Again, like you run into a new issue when you run into something like that. Who's going to give you that land willingly, or who's going to buy that from you, right? It could be used for agriculture, farming. Like who's going to make the food? Like it becomes a bit of a. And I'm not trying to be a pessimist here. I'm just saying like realistically, like okay, the big solar farm in Vegas, that one makes sense. That one makes sense because it's literally in the middle of a fucking desert. Like there's nothing out there. Like If he wants to build a fucking solar farm in the middle of buttfuck, like, do it. Go for it. But when civilization moves towards, like, then there's gonna be a little bit of an issue. I think putting solar panels and shit like on buildings, parking garages, anywhere where there's like a parking lot, you know, and all you have to do is like put solar panels above it. I think that would be a good idea because you know that's just a lot of wasted space. I think uh the better alternative to electric vehicles is hydrogen. Because the thing about hydrogen vehicles, right? The thing about hydrogen vehicles that I personally love so much is one, hydrogen is the most readily available element in the universe, right? So you'll never run out of it. You'll never be able to run out of it. It's impossible. And when you burn it, the only thing that's left is water vapor. So there's no emissions. The only downside to hydrogen is when it's ignited in a massive quantity in a small space, you do get a bit of an explosion. But, but, but. Okay, the other downside is that it costs about the same as gasoline. But the safety rating, no, hydrogen is. Hydrogen is second. Fine, whatever. It's still it's zero emissions. It's zero emissions to burn it. You make water from it. It's fresh water. You can literally put your mouth on the back of a hydrogen car and drink the water that comes out of it. I wouldn't recommend it, but you could. But that's where my allegiance is. And when I see Toyota working on a hydrogen combustion engine, that's what I'm talking about. That's how you keep shit alive, you know? Like hydrogen combustion is sick. Hold on. Like there's a great engineering explained video about it. The only thing now that the only thing that really kind of needs to come together as far as hydrogen cars is they're very inefficient. Right now they are. Right now they're pretty inefficient, and the power output is pretty meek. It's not great. What does it sound like? Let's see. Yeah, it sounds like a normal car. The thing about okay, this is how you make shit last forever, right? Is you take something the thing that makes shit last forever is you take things that already exist, and that people already know how to use, and you just make it better. And combustion engines can go a long way. I love that they got Keiichi Tsuchiya to drive it. I think there's a really big future for this. There's a really big future for this. Because like seriously, okay, here's the other thing about hydrogen is that you can literally drive up to a pump, fill the car up like you would at a gas pump, and you've got another fucking 300 miles. And it's Toyota, dude. Their budget is fucking it's Toyota. Like this shit just gets me excited. Like I love this shit. I love it. I love it. I think there's a place for it. I think it's necessary. I think they're better than battery electric cars because they are. I will take the gamble on the explosion. You can like here's the other thing, dude. Look up, do me a favor, look up user reviews, long-term user reviews of Teslas. They're not great. They fall apart. They are really, really bad long term. Like they fucking fall apart. That's not even a joke. Like the fucking like the wheels and shit, like the steering wheel melt away in your fucking hand. I seen the seat, the fucking driver's seat starting. People say it starts to bubble depending on what like shampoo and hair care products you use when you rest your head back. If you sweat too much, it'll make the seat start ripping early. And this isn't even like 100,000 miles. This is like 20,000, 15,000 miles in. Like it's not a lot. So we don't. Why don't people just use public transportation? Because I like cars. I like to drive. I like the sound it makes, and I like to go fast. And people do use public transit, and a lot of public transits like are as efficient as they can be, and they're very expensive. That's the thing is that shit is very expensive, very expensive to like get like new vehicles, good new vehicles. Why don't people use it? Well, in America, public transportation is shit. That's the reason people in America don't use it. It's genuinely garbage. In more in more city civilized city areas, whatever, they're better, but it's still not great. I mean, most of the time, what people do, they'll just get a bike. You know, that's why so many fucking in most countries, especially like most like lesser developed countries, they just get motorcycles because it's just like it's either a truck or a motorcycle. You either need to haul a lot of shit or get around, and there's nothing better than a bike, scooter, or a truck. That's just how it is. Yeah, I never really fully understood why public transportation was never free. Um, it totally could be. It really could be. Like where I live, public transit is free. But you know, the buses are very far apart. It's not the most convenient. Like the buses aren't very convenient. In the city of Los Angeles, on the other hand, if that shit was free, you would see a lot more people using it. You would see a lot of people using it. Technically, most people just don't pay. But when did you take a bus? When did you last take a bus? I would take the public transportation to high school. I hated that fucking bus. Had its own bus lane and everything. It had its own route. I hated that fucking bus. American public transit is awful. American public transit, and like we have like metros and shit. Those aren't much better. Unless okay, The metros are okay if you're trying to get from Santa Monica to downtown or downtown to Santa Monica. That's about it. Like, because there's a stop like at every major place that you would want to stop at, which is great. But if you take the metro to like the valley for example, right? Like you want to take it from like downtown all the way like so there's a bit of a mountain range that separates downtown Los Angeles, Beverly Hills from like the suburbs, if that makes sense, right? If you wanted to take that train from downtown to the suburbs, that shit sucks. Not for you because it needs upkeep unless taxes are going to pay for public transit and you're going to pay one way or another. Oh, I know. Oh, I know you will. And I've seen what the tax man does with my money, and I say nay. I hate California, dude. California sucks. Well, the problem I have with California, right, is I hate it. The government sucks. The people like I don't feel like my vote matters here, but I love it. Take the people and the politics out of it. It's beautiful. It is a beautiful place. It's got some of the best weather in the world. It's got some of the best driving roads in the world. It's got some of the fucking. I mean, it's just like it's just home to me at least. Like it's hard. It's a hard place to leave. Might as well have the people that use it to pay for the upkeep. I don't want it to pay for something I don't use. Exactly. I used it in high school and I haven't used it since. You ride American public transit once, you'll want to get a car. And the worst part, you know what the worst part is in California at least is they are trying to get a fucking bullet train going. A bullet train, dude. A bullet train. They're trying to get a high-speed rail system from Los Angeles to San Francisco. They quoted. They quoted. I think it was like $100 million a mile. Oh, people are still gonna be pissed about taxes when fucking half of your paycheck is gone. You're still gonna be pissed about it because the government didn't fucking work for that money. I did. Exactly. No, I'm sorry. Like the American way in in the form of taxes, like you need people to work, free transport. It's not free though. They're taxing every dime you make. That's the problem. Like in countries like Norway and like Scandinavian countries in general, where the taxes are literally like more than half of your paycheck. It's like yes, it does pay for things, but it's not. You cannot call it free. You cannot call it free. Like I won't even get into like the healthcare argument. I won't. But it's one of those things, man, where it's just like there's no right answer. But I think giving the government any form of power through my money is not a good idea. I stand by that. Any government official is not going to help. I fully stand by that. I fully believe it. Because again, you live in dude, you can drive for 11 hours and you've still not left Texas. I know. There's two different time zones in Texas. Uh like in California, Gavin Newsom is one of the biggest fucking schmucks on the planet. Like fuck that guy. Like I just the pandering motherfucker. Old people love him for God knows what reason. I don't know. But we have an absolutely ludicrous homeless crisis that isn't getting any better. And he said he would make it better. Our roads still suck. My and like, and it's not even like, oh, you're just talking out of your ass. Like, no, my mom works for a homeless shelter. You know how much money she's seen from the California government? Zero, nada, zilch. They have private donations that fund them. Not a I don't think she. I don't think they've gotten a single government grant. I really don't think they have. Like, don't quote me on that, but I genuinely don't think they have. This is the guy who's running our state. Fuck you. Like, genuinely. Do children have to pay for public transport? Not where I live. But yes. But they get discounts. But it's not free. You need it. There's no such thing as free. There's no such thing as free. Let's just get that right out of the way. There is no such thing as free. You will pay for it one way. You or someone you know is paying for it. Regardless of how free you think it is, it's not free. Just because you don't see the payment doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Because, like, we are built. Okay, in America, it's like, dude, people want free shit. People want free healthcare. People want free college. People want free education in general. People want free transportation. They want free gas. They want free food. They want free everything. They don't want to work. They don't want to do anything. Right? The world doesn't fucking work like that. The world does not fucking work like that. The problem comes when you have these governments fucking meddling with what they do with your money, right? See, it's power to the individual, right? That's the thing. That is what America is built on. Power to the individual, individual freedoms, right? You are supposed to be able to do whatever the fuck you want, whenever the fuck you want, however the fuck you want, within a bounds of legality, right? When the government is taking fucking 50% of your goddamn paycheck and they do what feels like nothing with it, that pisses a lot of people off. And like when you're when you're in a country, regardless of how low the morale is, there will still be this underlying sense of nationalism in America where it's just like, go fuck yourself. That is literally what it turns into. It just turns into go fuck yourself, fuck you, I hate you, die in a fire. That's what it turns into. And and people don't want to pay taxes. Up like 100 years, over 100 years ago, taxes were not mandated. They were only income tax was only mandated during war times, and then it just stuck. Like our whole country basically is built on not wanting to pay taxes. And the problem is that like you have someone like fucking Biden who's like, "Oh, I'm going to give you all free healthcare and free education, no more student debt." Do you know how much fucking student debt we have in America? It's billions. It's billions. It is literally billions of dollars. American student debt. Oh, I'm sorry. It's 1.77 trillion. Trillion. And we're just about to snap our fingers and it fucking vanishes? No. That's not how life works. You pay for a service, you get a service, you pay for it. That's how that works, dude. If you get an education, if you are lucky enough to get an education in America, you pay for it, right? It's ludicrously expensive, but that's what you get. Where do American taxes go? The pockets of our fucking politicians. That's where it goes. That's where it fucking goes. There should not be politicians with net worths of over $1 million. And there's multiple politicians like this. It lines the pockets of your politicians, of your local congressperson. That's not even a fucking tinfoil hat. That's true. And it sucks, dude. It's like you have a whole generation, my generation of people that are sick of it. They're just like the here's what's gonna happen in the next like 10 to 20 years, right? like my mom's generation, my mom's generation are going to die out. The people who had it really good, the people who lived where they didn't have to go to wars, they got really low interest rates, they got a house for a fucking box of fucking raspberries. That generation's going to die out. And my generation is pissed already. Not only that, but you are paying for the illegals that are not paying taxes into the system, but get the benefits of healthcare and education. Exactly. California is the most illiterate state in the country. And I went to California public schools. I think I could say I know a thing or two about California public schools. Okay? I don't consider myself to be a racist fella, but there were definitely obvious signs that there were like kids there who were not supposed to be. You know, they didn't speak a lick of English, and I'm sorry, but no, I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, you're coming to our country, learn the language. You don't have to, right? You don't have to. But if you are in school, right? You are a child. You are a child in this school. The teacher should not have to cater to you with the language barrier. You should learn English. Like same thing. It's like if when I okay, like when I was in middle school, right? And I started living in Mexico, I would probably have to learn Spanish. I would probably be really hard pressed to try and avoid learning Spanish. It would be in my best interest to learn Spanish. The whole country speaks fucking Spanish, right? I would learn Spanish. Why can't that apply to American kids? Why can't that apply to like immigration? Why does it have to be this weird fucking gray zone? Any other country, that's how it is. Other countries don't cater to people immigrating to their country. And it's like if you move to our country legally, fine. Like that's fine. I'm like no one has a problem with that. Dude, like Hispanic people who got here legally have a problem with that. They have a problem with people who get in here illegally because it makes it worse for them. You know, it makes the process harder. And like if you really want to be in America, there are ways, there genuinely are ways to be here legally. You either pay up, like, pay a fucking fee and you go through the legal process, which takes a long time and a lot of money, but if you can do it, you do it. Or there's two other ways. You get married to an American, or you go to war. You sign up, you be a conscript. That's a fucking real fast way to get into citizenship, dude. Serve your time. Serve the country you want to live in so fucking badly. Illegal immigrants, so they come here illegally. Why would anyone do that? Because it's better than their country. They come for the American dream. That's what it is. They come for the life that they dream of. They come for the freedom. They come for the freedom of their families. America is literally described as the land of opportunity, and it's described that way for a reason, right? Because people want what we have. And that's not even like ego stroking. That's legit. Like that's legit. Like people want to be here because it's what's in the best interest of their family and their future families. You know, like I had friends in middle school who were like, oh, their parents were trying to get the rest of their family into America, right? Because like not only do you have corrupt governments, you have fucking cartels, you have gangs, you have fucking. I mean, like it can become really a lawless place. I won't say all of them do that. There are some that do, right? We do in but the ones that are here to like they really fight for it, right? Like that's fine. Like they start a business, they get here legally, they work their fucking asses off, right? Like or you have a kid that's born here, right? Like you just try and run the course. You have to play ball. You know, like the thing about it is you're signing yourself up for hard times. You are going to go through hardships. It's going to be really hard right off the bat, right? Like if you, God forbid you're thrown onto one of those fucking buses and never seen again. You know what I mean? Like if you can somehow survive the immigration process, survive finding a job, and you somehow find yourself into a roof over your head, like you fucking win. You win. You can like I. It's just like I do see like I've seen fucking videos of like what people do is they'll either get here legally or illegally. The army always needs bodies, dude. And most of the time, like, dude, we're not in wartime. God, and like, if you can speak, like, here's how the tier list works. If you're like, I need a green card, I need to live in America, right? Serve your country. Go into the military. It'll be way more safer than fucking the Mexican military. That's for damn sure. Serve the military. Go into the army, the Marines, the Air Force, anybody, anywhere, anywhere, anywhere. Get in there. Get in there. They will give you an army ID card. You will have full documentation of you being there and your service, right? And once you're there, worst case scenario, you get shipped off. For the love of God, learn a good valuable skill. Mechanics, taking guns apart, just being good with your hands will save you from that. Learning English. Learning English is a great way, is a great fucking way to avoid a lot of that. Because that's how I paid for my college. Is just like enlist. The best thing you can and a lot of people is just like, "Oh, you're a fucking immigrant. You shouldn't be here." It's like, "Oh, I serve the country I live in now." And you're like, okay, fine. You know, like it kind of turns the racism switch off. You know, in a lot of people. If I had to go to I would try and get into the Air Force. That would like that's like first case. Like Air Force is always the best. And then like best case scenario, like here's the best thing that comes out of that is that like you now are qualified. Not only are you qualified after your service in the military, your entire family, your entire extent, like not I don't know how extended it gets, but like your wife and your kids now have government supplied healthcare, which is pretty fucking good. And you get benefits. You get a severance pay. You get a fucking paycheck. You get a place to live. You get fucking education. Like you get everything that you could possibly want and you get to shoot a gun. Just learn just like it's going to suck. But the thing is it probably will only last like 3 years. Best case scenario is you're really good with your hands. You know how to work on mechanics. You know how to build a truck. You know how to maintain a tank. You know how to build an airplane. Oh, dude. Oh, that's the one. Is if you're good with your hands and you somehow make it into the Air Force, for the love of God, go into airplane mechanics. Holy shit. There is so much money in that. There's so much money in piloting and airplane mechanics. Any form of mechanics, anything that's like you're gonna get dirty and that's something someone doesn't want to do is going to pay you great money. Like it's like you can imagine like some dude just coming to the country for no fucking reason other than they just want to be here, right? And they somehow get into mechanics or airplane mechanics. They'll be wealthy as fuck. They will have enough money to bring their whole extended family here legally. It's a wild thing, man. That's true. Or elections, or computers, or healthcare, electronics, or computers, healthcare. Like I have a friend who is a lawyer. Literally, all he does is talk people out of speeding tickets. That's all he does. He's one of the wealthiest people I've ever met. He started his whole law firm around it. Like it's crazy. Like that's what I'm a firm believer of. Like, dude, there is literally money everywhere. There is money everywhere. Regardless, it's like any person who is like really fucking broke. I won't say is like doing it on purpose, but there's something they're doing that is going out of their way to make it harder on themselves. That's my personal opinion. Seriously. Like, because like I see people like I watched a documentary on I don't know if you know who Boogie2988 is. He's an OG ass YouTuber, OG fucking YouTuber. Um, and he's just talking about how broke he is. He's losing money, broke, broke, broke. He has no money to his name. Blah 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 blah. Right? And it's just like you see his spending habits, and you're just like, all you have to do is stop doing X, Y, and Z, and you'll be fine. Will they do it? No. It's crazy. It's like if you don't have a drug problem, you're pretty much better off than like 90% of Americans. When you join the Air Force, you are automatically are enrolled in the community college for the Air Force. By the time you get out of tech school, you're about 3 classes away from associate's degree in your career field. That's wild, actually. I think if I didn't find like money management, I would have probably gone to the Air Force of some kind, or I that's probably the direction I probably would have gone. Is and it's like you can go whenever you want, but like money management is just where my bread and butter kind of feels. You know what I mean? The only thing I really need to do is be certified, and once I'm certified, I think about yeah, I need to get my certifications. That motivation's come back finally. I got my driver's license and I wasn't motivated to do anything past that point, but now it's kind of it's reworking its way back in. I need to get paid for this. Like I need to get paid to manage people's money. So I never ever took an SAT test. Just transferred my credits to 4-year school. That's crazy. And the 3 classes could be just fucking anything, right? Like you just coast right through it at the end. I've met a lot of ex Air Force people. They're fucking wild, man. Like they're really crazy. Like I remember my friend took me to a RC plane park, right? And like it's pretty basic stuff. Mine were biology, algebra, and English class. Oh, you're basically just retaking high school at that point. But my friend was showing like introducing me to these people. I'm like, they're all like ex pilots, F-18s, F-14, like they flew everything, and I'm like, I was just like immeasurably impressed for right off the bat. But it's just like, I mean, like when you're flying fucking fighter jets for your entire career, and your career is only fucking 5 years long, you just get to retire. Like you get to do whatever the fuck you want. It's kind of wild because a lot of these guys were like they couldn't have been older than 30. Like seriously, they were young. Like they must have joined like early, and then were just out. But yeah, that's probably the route I would have. If in another life, I would probably go towards the Air Force. It keeps you out of frontline shit too. You can retire after 20 years of service. That's wild. Whatever these guys did, like seriously, like whatever these fucking guys did, I don't know. It's just like they just had not a care in the world. Like the oldest one must have been like sub 40. Like there was no way he was 40 years old. At the oldest, he must have been like 35, right? And I'm just like, I'm like, clearly they don't go into like an office every morning. Join out of high school in 38, you're retiring. That's cool. I think like this is my bread and butter, and it probably will be forever. I've always just like the reason is that I learned to take discipline a little late in life. You know, like I think it would be a much better. It's a much better case if I went earlier rather than now. I'm just like but it's fine. You don't know my mind. But I'm in the like I'm fine with this. This is fine because like especially like when I get like I want to get those certifications and then be like I could either do two ways and I the one thing I really want to do is just be like you give me like 200 a month or like we go about percentages or whatever money you want me to manage I will fucking like I'm there. Like I will manage your money for for X amount of dollars a month. So, so to shine. Do you want it? Do you want it now? And I mean, like, I'm doing it for my mom. I'm doing it for myself. I'm get a bit of a tunnel vision going though. And like for certificates, man, like this shit doesn't take much time either. Like I could be certified by the end of the year. Like this is shit that I've been doing forever, you know. No, so what you do is you turn in the uniform and get a government contract job doing the same job and you're doing in the military. Collect a retirement check each month. Plus, you can do another 20 as a civilian and still retire at 58. Oh yeah, no, like there's no wrong way to go. There just isn't. There's no wrong way to go. There's no wrong way to go at all. Like I really am just like this is my shit because like I feel like I've put too much time into it and I fully understand. I feel like knocking on wood, I understand it enough to just be like, I think I'm taking. I use my GI Bill to get a business degree and put myself through culinary school. That's cool. Do your benefits transfer over to your kids? Because I remember you said you had a kid. Like, do they take advantage of like your like auto insurance, your health care? See, that shit comes in handy. Like the auto insurance and healthcare is like big. Not auto insurance, okay, but the healthcare. Still, still though, or at least special discounts at least. As we're talking, I'm planning out like I'm going through like my plans on what I want, like what I need to kind of get done. I have no regrets. Oh, dude, I would be concerned if you did. Like I'm like at the start of my shit. I'm at the start of my journey. Like I'm fucking I am like I will say I figured it out. I feel like I figured it out a lot faster than a lot of other people. That's for damn sure. Um and finance is not a bad sector to go into, that's for sure. The and you ever feel like I was talking to someone yesterday about this. It was like you ever feel like you're just like in the right place for what you need to do? Like that's what this is for me. Like I just feel like I get such a good warm fuzzy feeling about it. Nowadays degrees don't mean all that, which is all about it's all about the experience and certifications. Dude, I'm that guy. I'm that guy. If I walked into a finance office, right, applying for a job, I'm the dude that's 23 with 10 years of experience. I'm that guy because I literally started doing this since I dropped out of high school. Like I'm that guy. Like I really genuinely am just that guy. I just need the certificates to prove it, which I should probably put a little more time into because well, one life thing at a time. One life thing at a time. I was just kind of burned out. I got this time last week I got my driver's license for like and that was a big adult thing that I never had to do that I took care of that we I'm finished with. Now I need to move on to the next thing. And man, I okay, like it would feel so good. It would feel so good to get a fucking a check every month or like see that bank balance go up for something that I want to do. And when I'm managing my mom's money right now, right? Obviously, I don't fucking charge her because she's my mom and we live together. But I'm getting to grips of how to manage other people's finances, right? And what I'm learning very quickly is I don't need to be very risky. I can be way more conservative with what I do and how I do it. Like after okay, I'm in 7 different positions right now, right? The second I'm out of these, like on her end at least, I'm dialing that shit back. Like we're going like very heavy on the long term. I'm not gonna entirely take options out of the table, but I'm not gonna do this again. This is the biggest risk I'm taking, and that's as far as it's gonna go. For my end, at least, I might keep going with the risk shit, but not for her. No, she needs to retire. But and when I get and like I'm still planning on getting these certificates regardless of what happens in my life because it's just good to have them and we'll see. Like that's all it really comes down to is we'll wait and see. And I want to just do my thing, you know what I mean? Melody can't find you. I'm incomplete without you. Reach the end of the game. Hit me. Wait, what's fucking O at 53? Let's go. Yeah, that was a good pickup. No, the melody can't find you. Ooh, Abby Vi had a bit of a run back. We're doing our final checks of the day because the market is closed. And we'll be back again tomorrow with some silliness, bro. It's just gonna take a bit of time, bit of patience. SQQQ. We'll check the spy. A little bit of a push at the end, but I mean, dude. Got a jam. Had fun hanging out with you. See you later, bud. Later, Kinjo. Later. If you ever have questions about finance shit, you know where to find me. Bo Show King. Have a good rest of your day. Seems like everyone's playing CS. So I think I'll hop into the Discord with the boys. Oh. Turn that shit down.
Horny Henry has entered the chat.
Why is everyone home today?
Shush.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Decent chance last tour, eh?
You're back right.
I know.
Up. Don't peek. Nice!
Nice.
You! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fucking dumbass shitters, dude. I hate these
think
fucking
that-
guys.
I think the
That's why you're
strategy
11K. That's why he's 11K.
is definitely just to sit
Okay,
there and let
yeah,
him
we're gonna
and
wait.
let them.
Let them push. You're right.
You know what? No.
Yeah, I can buy you. Okay.
No.
Sell it. I wanna win.
Max, my work got rained out, so I'm working from home.
We
Let's go.
spread out.
Default. Just expect them to push everything. Just hold back.
And Lawless is
Aaron, can you boost me here in a second? Just wait.
They're gonna push.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
Back.
Nice. Probably another one.
Fucked up though.
Hold on. I'm gonna flash over.
Would you be down to trade guns in a second?
Yeah. Come here. Not in the open. It's gonna be cave. Here, boost. Let me get temple, guys, wait.
Muted myself.
Morgus, just hold there. Do not
Got
extend.
him. Last movement.
Nice.
They're gaming. I'll be right
That was
back.
a goated gun swap, Tony. You can have it back now.
Yeah. Good shit. Okay, same thing. We're just gonna let them push.
It's on your feet.
I can buy some.
Where should I take bomb?
We'll play it by ear. Let's see. The thing is, if they switch to mega passive, we gotta be ready to take aggressive. Let's make sure not to overuse our util early while waiting for their passive. Or while waiting for
We're all together. Is that how we want to be?
Not necessarily.
Nice shot.
One more, maybe?
my god.
That missed.
Good heavens.
Guys, come. Wait. I don't feel comfortable about this. Come back.
Back up.
Let's take A. You go A. I'm gonna peek mid.
All right.
Nice, Tony. Let's go away.
gonna flash you in.
Oh my god, I didn't even realize there was a flash spot.
Donut. Oh no, sorry, that's him. I'm retarded. Sorry, don't listen to me. Nice.
So why?
Nice.
So why?
I
did
ran
you
in my own
decide A
fire
right
and
now?
peeked him. That guy was not expecting it. Get fucked.
Why'd you decide A right now?
So we went over there. We got the pick, a ramp. There was another one that flashed for him, so we have the info that there was 2 there, and we had 2 mid. And we can assume that there's only 1 B, and the guys mid are like on the jump up. So they have mid control, but like if we go out ramp or A main, it's really hard for them to fight, especially if we go fast.
We'd have control of if we killed the guy quickly. We'd have control of sight before we'd even like hear their footsteps rotating. Pretty much.
I'm with these guys mid. Nice.
Oh, they team
One
killed.
A. One A.
They team killed.
One donut.
Good, let them throw.
I was about to
That's
say,
what
I'm
happens when they
like
play like fucking shitters, dude.
Like, that was a headshot with a dig. Like that had to have been beef on their team.
I'm gonna
Okay,
try to
yeah.
take some mid control CT.
Donut.
Their team is beefing, nigga. Their team is
I got him there.
beefing.
Flying for donut.
Can I kill donut?
I see him.
Oh god.
Is he donut confirmed?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
he's-
don't-
he's-
I'm smoking
he's
off again.
better
I'm
than me.
smoking off again. Aaron, don't push. Actually, wait. I'll flash you
Aaron.
in. Flashing in.
Wait.
Flashing.
He's in the smoke. He's in the smoke. He's in the smoke. He's in the smoke.
Nice. Now that's what we call a combined plug play.
I was gonna knife him.
I know you were.
Honestly, I was sitting in the middle of 2 smokes, so I could see him if he pushed through, and then. Oh man.
Aaron, you should have seen it, bro. I got a knife kill yesterday. It was nuts. Forgot
And then,
if you were there.
Aiden got a knife kill Pit, and then they baited for me to get a knife kill because this guy was talking shit.
Oh my god, I forgot that those were the guys that were talking shit. That was the entire reason that I went for the knife kill.
Wow, I
Oh.
just got shit on. He hit me with the molly and then 1 deagle. That's crazy. Beat it with a deagle.
Damn
I think
it!
we go back there.
One
one
mid
mid and one
CT.
B.
Let's mid and B. Let's guess. Let's go A main. A main.
None B. Or none
We
A.
can go donut if you guys want, but let's go fast.
Oh,
Last one mid, CT. He's still in mid CT, Damn. Okay, he has AK now, High speed's cracked.
He could go donut.
Yeah.
I would literally just sit A main, to be honest.
oh,
It's
yeah,
CT,
they're
unless that was
just
you.
throwing.
He doesn't know.
Those 2 guys are beefing. He's telling you where he is.
Nice
Nice.
shot, Tony.
I've kind of been
These
liking-
guys. Oh!
I've been kind of liking that long play though, Tony.
Which
I
one?
think I think
I'm
that
up to
worked.
42-33, baby. We're
I think
3
I-
games away.
I did it with you, and I think I did it with Joe as well, and it worked both times. Like putting 2 pit, and one's playing like out, and the other one's just baiting.
Where's Joe? Where's the boy Joe?
Joe's here.
Bait and switch.
Go for Joe.
Go for Joe in Town.
Joe's
Go
a
to
go.
2. Go to 2.
All right.
We're ducking,
Is
and
it
I need
CF
Joe.
Block? Yep.
Unless, you know what, it's a race between... It's a race. Can
Oh, Joe's
Jorts
getting
make it
here.
into the main lineup?
Joe's
Who's
getting
young
young
boy
boy
Joe?
Me, my headphones aren't even plugged in.
It's-
Are
it's either
you young
Max
boy
or Aiden.
Joe? Joe?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, wait, so my ancient and my nuke are goaded. That's crazy. Oh wait, never mind.
Oh.
Wait, no, that's Tony.
Aiden's not playing.
Ancient. Aiden's
No,
playing.
I am.
Aiden is playing out.
Wait, so I'm
What are we
looking at our
playing?
stats here. Look at this. Tony, I am now in the top
50,000. Oh my lord.
Wait, do you actually?
Yeah.
Well, I'm top 50,000 in the world, but in Africa, I am number number 158.
Are you on your alt?
No.
Yeah.
I'm 157 in Africa, guys. I'm in the top 200 in Africa. Add office. Add Mirage.
Aiden,
Can
how
we
do you
add
go to your
Mirage
trade
unironically?
history?
I would be so down to play a comp on Mirage just to fuck
My
around.
trade
Can we
history?
add it?
Yeah.
I'm down with Mirage. I like Mirage.
Because I gave some. I put some knives on this account, and I don't know when they're coming in.
Gaming?
Let me see.
Dum bum bum. Ah, Jesus.
I know you did it yesterday. I just don't know how to do it.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
So,
did
but
on the-
there's two people who's yellow, by the way.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
I did it on the mobile app and I forgot.
Smooth operator. Wait, I want to see this clip.
I am down for more Premier grind later, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Hell yeah!
Oh, you did
What?
it on mobile. Yeah, I can do it on mobile too. If
Oh,
he
wait.
does,
Oh, I found it.
how do you do it? How do you do it?
So go to your item inventory.
Mirage.
Here,
What do we
here.
get? What do we
Hey,
get?
on
What do we
mobile.
get?
Mirage.
Oh, we got Mirage.
Let's go!
Oh, fuck.
Let's go! I'm
You're
jumping
on
like a
mo- you're on
retard
mobile?
right now. Let's fucking go!
Well, the thing is, I'm not. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I found it on PC. That's why I asked.
Oh shucks. All right. Hold on.
I think it'll still work the same though. But you go to your item inventory, and then you go to your trade offers, and then on the side it says view trade history.
Oh, okay. So at about 2:34, I'll get my knife or my shadow daggers.
Quit it!
Tony, I have a clip. I have a clip of you fucking. I have a
Quit
clip.
it.
I don't have
Oh.
my. It doesn't show my mic though, but I'm sitting outside CT spawn like smoke me, and Joe goes smoking, and then Tony just fucking shoots me in the head.
Oh yeah. It was a complete accident. I was like running. I was holding W and spraying, and one of the stray bullets hit you.
You smoked them all right.
Joe, can you go to con and then Duck and I let's nade ramp.
I usually play B, but they did have the better B spawn. Hiya!
I hit one. They're out.
Yeah, one's out. Palace? I heard Palace.
We see
Palace
bomb.
bomb palace.
Look at that.
Oh
gaming.
my god, how'd I do that? Dude, nobody gets more
I'm about to
surprised to
fucking
be
rage,
killed by
dude.
me than me.
The ramp?
I'm going for the knife. Cover me.
Oh, I shot him. It's an easier knife. Get it. Better fucking get it, bro. You better fucking get it.
way!
Yes.
I didn't shoot him for you, Aaron. I could have, and I decided against it.
There's no way, dude.
I was fully planning on stealing the kill, and I shot him twice. So I'm like, all right, you have an easier knife kill. Get it?
I still had to 3-click him too. That's fucked.
If you're already swinging your knife before you hit him, you have to hit him 5 times instead of 3. It's really weird.
Wait, what?
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
like you have to not already be
Momentum.
swinging.
That's stupid.
Did they reduce the damage? Knife
1A
does?
ramp.
Yes. Palace?
2A ramp. 2A ramp.
Going fast.
Palace.
2 more ramp.
Oh, dude, I'm about to go fucking.
Guys,
Tony,
I'm worried that these guys
He's about
might
to
be
peek,
a
he's
little
about to peek.
Found
They're,
out.
they're still ramp. They're
Oh,
still
they're all
ramp.
ramp. They're all ramp.
These guys are
I
Valorant
think we're
players.
just gonna vibe while we
Fellas
watch
hanging
the
there.
I
game.
just mollied him so hard. What the fuck?
I'll bait for you, Tony.
Oh, they all peeked me! I got 2 of them.
They have an AKs or anything? Or?
No.
I got a kid off someone.
Here, I'll let you guys do all the work so I can get a low rank on this account.
You probably got the kit off of me.
I'm gonna rush mid with an XM. I have a feeling these guys aren't very talented.
No. No.
I haven't
They're probably
seen
gonna go A
anybody.
every round. You should come A. I'll switch you B.
No, because they're gonna go B this time.
There you go.
I need backup on mid right now. I'm 1 HP. I'm dead. He's fucked up.
Fine.
He's so fucked up. He's 1
Oh!
HP.
Another one. I was peeking with a fucking grenade. I was
What?
about to
You're
throw
gonna
it.
throw the smoke.
Dude, it's
There you
not.
go.
I just
Where
had
are
the
they?
same.
Where are they?
Wait, dude. I had the
Apps,
same.
apps.
I had the same glitch.
Aiden's-
Evan
Oh, did
had.
anyone see that vent? Fucking, oh my god.
Dude, I had the same glitch Evan had right now. Like I underhanded it and it didn't work.
I
I
So
think
they're
it just
coming out
affects
the-
all you two.
Out already.
Oh. Oh, he's fucking yeah.
Oh,
You have an
AK
M4?
down, AK down, AK down.
I have an AK.
So that's a CS thing. That's not an Evan thing. I had the
Oh my
exact
god, he
same
didn't have
thing
one.
he
What the
did.
fuck?
Yeah, Aiden, I had it yesterday as well. Did we play yesterday or the day before?
I played one game yesterday. I don't remember if you were there. That's fucked though, dude. That almost got me killed. Like,
Double
that guy-
nade here.
I'm gonna
Ramp.
go Palace.
That guy was actively pushing my ass.
I'm gonna molly.
That fucking glitch needs to like be fucking out of here, man. Seriously.
Reloading.
Oh,
reloading.
fuck, the
reloading.
flash, the flash, the flash.
One upper mid.
No!
Got him.
I hit one. Oh, nice.
I'm going for one taps only.
They're scared naps. They're scared of the M249. They actually ran away from it. Under, watch under,
Damn,
watch under,
Tony
watch
is
under.
fucking
One
cooking
under,
today.
one.
Joe hops on his alt literally just to stunt on people.
That's all I do.
One more apps. I think he's coming apps again. Nice.
Like bro's like, oh, I'm on my alt, so I'm just only gonna go for clips.
I got you guys to carry me.
You can tell that.
That's
This
a
does.
is,
dream
I'm gonna
team,
treat
baby.
this game like a
So,
Huh?
sell your gun.
Oh
There's
fuck!
an M4 below you. There's an M4 below you.
Oh, I got
Oh
it.
my god, you already have it. You already have it.
Yeah.
Move!
I'm running.
Dog, I was already outside for about 8 hours today.
Alright, I'm not gonna play aggressive apps because they are just fully waiting for me to do that now.
You know what? I might call stream.
Oh, I got
I'm gonna
flashed.
I'm feeling it. You
There's a
know what?
motherfucker mid.
You know what? I'm gonna
They
do
want
that.
me?
I love you
Mid with
fuckers.
that.
Like genuinely, it's been good.
Reloading. Hold
I
on.
love you fuckers.
Flashing
I
again, they
will
want
see
me.
Apps,
you
mega apps,
tomorrow.
mega apps.
Kisses.
I hear
Mwah.
multiple footsteps. They're all silent.